Hey you guys, this is Shawnee with SBS Hair Studios, and as you guys know, I do a lot of children and kids, teens hair, and I discovered that the parents are just neglecting the children's hair. And I get it. We live a very busy lifestyle. We are always on the go, the way the world is set up, but you have to stop and you have to take time out to take care of your children's hair. And here my model today is Kylie, which is my daughter, my youngest daughter. And the struggle that Kylie has is learning how to do her own hair as she's developing into the teenage years. And the one thing that I always tell Kylie is that she has to do what every kid hates to do, and that's comb the hair out. Right, Kylie Ross? And she struggles with it because it's so much hair. And sometimes our children are not ready or prepared. So what I did was, I told Kylie she was going to be my model. It wasn't a choice, you know, hey. And what she went and did was she went and shampooed her hair and kind of detangled it, but I told her to do, just let it air dry. And so with it being air dried and her having naturally curly hair, it tangled back up, which is good, because I wanted to show you guys this one very important method. And everyone who washes clothes, we tend to like to use fabric softener for the laundry. And fabric softener, I have two different kinds, so it's not like, and if you know, the other kind is swivel. So a lot of times, all the things that we need to make something easier for us is already in our house. It's make do with what you got. So if fabric softener can help to eliminate static in clothes, the electricity, then I believe that it would help detangle the hair in the electricity or the struggle of the curls interacting with each other like this, fighting. It should be able to soften the cuticles, relax them, where you're able to comb the child's hair out and kind of have it be tangled free. So I'm going to section Kylie's hair into fours. And already some of the curls are already back. Look at this. It's already tangled again. So I'm going to put this section into 4 quadrants with a banana clip. Take time out, you guys, once a week with your children and make sure you comb the center of their hair. That is the main part they're missing. Is that true, Kylie?
Yes.
They can't hear you.
Yes.
And how do you feel about combing your hair out?
I don't like it.
You
don't like it.
And why don't you like combing your hair out?
Because it's a struggle for me.
What, and like, could you elaborate a little bit? What is the struggle?
It's too much hair.
It's too much. But do you love your hair?
Yes.
Do you like your hair?
Yes.
Do you want to keep your hair on your head?
Yes.
So what do you need to do? Because what have you been noticing in the middle that I told you? What's been happening? You forgot?
Yes.
Didn't I tell you, like, some pieces are short up in here, breaking off? And just to let you guys know, a stylist child is the worst client. The reason being is they complain too much. And the other flip side is the stylists don't really have time to do their own kids' hair. We got to make time. And the part that we have to make time is we have to book them like they're a client. Is that right, Kylie? So when my kids want their hair done, they got to book in advance like anybody else. It ain't no favoritism. They got to get in the chair just like anybody else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the fabric softener. I'm not going to dilute it at all. I'm going to take the fabric softener and I'm going to pour it directly on the hair. Now, I said 4 quadrants, but I didn't separate this one, so let me do it. And her hair has a lot of shrinkage. I was kind of nervous, like, what's going on with your hair? But this time she oiled it good, because normally she doesn't, right?
Yes.
That part. When your hair is dry and you have curly hair and you have a lighter color hair, you're easy and susceptible to breakage and damage. So you have to make sure that you comb your hair, but you oil it or detangle it. Use a detangler. And this is going to be a source of detangling. And people might say, well, why don't you dilute it? If you want to put it in a spray bottle with some water, you can. But I just go straight in with the fabric softener. I saturate the hair with it. I'm catching it down there. Wide tooth comb. My favorite wide tooth comb since the 90s. or a vent brush. I love my vent brush because it opens up right here, so the hair doesn't tangle in. Now check this out. You're gonna start from the bottom. You're gonna hold here so that you don't pull their hair and ow, ow, I can't stand that sound. So you're gonna hold right here and you're gonna, look how it's just brushing right through on the bottom. No problem. It's dripping, but it's okay. Then you're gonna go to the middle shaft and see where it's tangled a little more. But because you freed the bottom up, it allows you to pull through. And then you're gonna go to the top. Depending on how tangled their hair is, will be how many strokes you're gonna need to do. But as long as you have that fabric softener. Now look at the length compared to the shrinkage we had earlier. Now the hair is detangled. Again, depending upon how tangled the hair is how many strokes you're gonna have to do. Now her hair wasn't as tangled because she did a good job when she shampooed it. And you see how I'm twisting her hair around? And then you're gonna twist it around in a donut. The reason that you're gonna do this is you don't want it to get back tangled. Let's show them your donut, okay? We're gonna do the other side. Take the fabric softener that's still in there and just pour it on the hair. Rub it through, rub it in. Separate it. Separate it if it's more tangled than normal, or add more fabric softener. Separate it. I'll show you what it's like when I use a comb. I sell the brushes here. They're $7. See how it's more, the comb is totally different than the brush. It's a little struggle over here. It's a little tight coming through. And you can hear it snapping. The brush, I didn't hear all that. Facial expressions is just habit.
But it actually...
Well, what? Go ahead, talk to him.
It hurt.
It hurt? It hurts with the comb. Did it hurt with the brush? So let them know that. You're speaking up for your kid community. So you like the brush better?
Yes.
So again, do a donut and then clip it off. She's a snacker. Now let me show you, even if I use Downy, it doesn't matter what brand you use. Woo! This one is a mess. It just poured through. So this quadrant is a little bigger, has more hair. So I'm going to saturate the ends first. Put your head over, please. I'm using my hand as a little cup, pouring it in, but I'm making sure that it's on the hair. This is a really good source for anybody coming out of braids. Do not wet your hair straight out of braids. Remember I said separate it, so now that I have it saturated in there, I'm going to separate with my hands first. I'm going to rub the product all the way on each hair strand. If you have braids and you're coming out of braids, because your head sheds every day, and you have to put this, when your head sheds every day and the braids inside the braids, so all you have all that dead old hair, put the fabric softener on before you comb your hair out. It will be so much easier, so much more manageable, and you'll lose less hair. Now look at how that just brushed through. And it doesn't matter the texture of the hair. Don't worry about her curl pattern and, oh, she has good hair. The devil is a lie. Hair is hair. Detangling is detangling. Twist, twist, twist like I'm doing. And you see how the Downy is kind of thicker. Put the white on there. And roll. And this is to preserve the tangles from happening again until you get to the shampoo bowl. I'm going to do the other side, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the video. So I just want you guys to know how to detangle kids' hair. This is the side that hasn't been detangled yet. We're not looking for perfect parts. These are the donut rows. Check me out, sbshairstudios.com. This is Shanae, the holistic hair guru, trying to help you guys with do-it-yourselves at home, DIY, so that you guys can live a healthier hair lifestyle. Check me out. Check out my product page, botanical7.com. I holla.